Hola chicos y chicas, these are your notes for the present progressive. The present progressive is used to state what is happening now. In English, we tend to use the present progressive with ing. An example I have right here is, she is riding her bike. The equivalent in Spanish would be, ella está montando en bicicleta. So let's start with the formation of the present progressive. The first thing that we need is the correct conjugation of the verb estar. The verb estar means to be. And the form is yo estoy, tú estás, el ella y usted está, nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, ellos, ellas y ustedes están. Okay, now the formula for forming the present progressive is estar plus the present participle. Okay, so the first thing that we always have to determine is which form of the verb estar are we going to use, and that really depends on the subject of our sentence. So how do we form the present participle? Well, if the verbs end in AR, we would subtract the AR and add the participle ando. That is the equivalent of ing in Spanish. For verbs that end in ER and IR, we would use yendo. So for example, we have the verb hablar. It's an AR verb. An example would be the verb hablar. So we take what we normally have after we drop the ending, and then we add ando. So hablando would be our present participle. For verbs that end in ER and IR, we could do the verb comer. Once we drop the ER, we left with com, and we add our ending here, and it's the yendo, so comiendo. Let's add a little more to this. So when the stem of an ER or IR verb ends in a vowel, you change the I to a Y. The only verb that you know right now is the verb leer. So to show you what not to do would be this. Right? This is what we're trying to avoid right here. That I. So that I would change to a Y. So the correct present participle would be leyendo. Some IR verbs change vowels in the stem of the present participle form. So for instance, we have E to I. So the participle of decir would be diciendo. Now, some change from O to U. Now notice dormir in the present tense would have been a boot verb, an O to UE verb, but here it just gets the U change. So it's durmiendo. Now, let's get some practice. So she is watching the television. So she is the subject of our sentence. So we have ella. Now we use the correct form of the verb estar, and it would be está, ella está. And then watching, we use the verb mirar, we drop the AR, add the ando. So ella está mirando la televisión. Now, I am taking notes. Yo estoy tomando apuntes. Many of you familiar are listening to music. Tú estás escuchando música. We are talking with friends. Nosotros estamos hablando con amigos. And the very last example that I have is they are doing exercise in the gym. Ellos están haciendo ejercicios en el gimnasio. Okay, chicos, just bring your notes to class and bring any questions that you may have as well on forming the present progressive. Hasta luego.